Good afternoon. We are the team number 3, and which is confirmed by Andrea Chavez, Fernanda Estrada, Gisela Medina, Rubí Santillán, Carmen Salazar, and me, Gabriela Alvarez. And now I'm going to talk about the negotiation tactics. The tactics define the specific actions
that each party performs in the execution of its strategy. While the strategy sets the general line of action, the tactics are the action that the strategy takes shape, now as explained by Avila. These are actions or mechanisms to create a situation within the chosen support to facilitate the achievement of the goals and make the competitive position is defended more easily strategy. By Maddox refers to tactics as follows. To be an expert negotiator, must know maneuver so that others give what you can and get what fits your needs. The techniques used to achieve this goal are known as tactics and strategy. A strategy is the general plan of action employed to negotiate it. Tactics are the method step by step to carry out the strategy. Negotiation tactics are useful not only to implement them in a time of negotiation, also reveal whatever they are using against us, so we can use a tactic against. The tactic can be classified as direct, persuasive, defensive, and aggressive.
Now, direct tactics. Once you've gotten to the other side to the table, get things off to a good start by relieving tension, making sure that all parties agree with the agenda and the process, and setting the right tone. Several tactics are particularly useful. The first one is anchoring. Anchoring is an attempt to establish a reference point around which negotiations will make adjustments. In some cases, you can gain an advantage by putting the first offer on the table. The next one is look for options that exploit difference. During the negotiation, you are confronted with the other side's position and come to understand the interests underlying those positions. It is hoped that the other side. The challenge now is to arrive at an outcome that satisfies our party. The next one is be prepared for concessionary moves. Once an anchor point is on the table, the parties generally engage in a set of moves and countermoves that they hope will end in agreeable price or set of arrangement. The last one is take your time. When the first acceptable proposal is on the table, but little information has been exchanged, spend a bit more time finding a deal that is better for both sides.
Now I continue with the persuasive negotiation tactics. The objective of negotiation is to inspire another person to do something that they may not want to do. Some of the tactics of negotiation include persuasion techniques. Persuading others is the art of the process.
Positive persuasion techniques. Positive reinforcement. Most people enjoy being liked by others and will properly reinforce. Continue to try to get more of your approval. Respect. Playing to another's ego can be an effective persuasion technique to invoke to the other person's ego to help you make the deal. Avarice and greed. If you know the other person is driven predominantly by money or wealth accumulation, then you know he or she will be willing to agree if the price is right. Recognition. This persuasion technique, either psychological or professional, can be very powerful. Success. The willingness to leave a little of your ego on the table in exchange for tangible rewards can pay dividends. Negative persuasion techniques. Failure. When you enter in a negotiation, you must set aside your fear of losing in order to negotiate with a clear mind. Fear. The best way to use fear is when you use it as a persuasion technique against your developing option. Rejection. Monitor the non-verbal signals you are sending to make sure that they are not getting in the way of your objective. Obfuscation. By withholding part of the truth or adding unrelated information into the conversation to other person is seeking to manage your option of the subject, knowing that the whole truth will be counterproductive.
Defensive tactics. While the strategy sets the general line of action, tactics are the actions in which this strategy is specified.
The natural response to the tactics set below are based on innate human qualities, such as toleration, pain to attacks, etc. In some cases, some of us use these techniques in an obvious or blatant. Some defensive tactics are: cut with a smile. Later followed by silence, make the opponent believe that the issue is taken, ingested, and discarded. Whether it is burning. The burning issues to be placed to other sectors or individuals should not be said unless it has a great command of the situation. Put in writing. When you need time to study or improve a better position, you can ask that proposal be submitted in writing. Fees. Letters are created thing undecided the commission dictates otherwise uninformed opponent. Scapegoat is to avoid the flame fall on the chief negotiator. Personal relationships. The linkage always help. A pick and a poke. Fool the opponent with false evidence to confuse or distract him. Listening. The listening is an essential tactic. Include listening carefully to what they are told and what we are not told. Limited authority. The negotiator not to accept a proposal. That excuse has no authority to do so and has the resort to a superior officer. The fog bank. A defensive tactic to avert the attack of the other party resisting. Letting pieces fall into the boat.
Now I'm going to talk about the aggressive tactics. These tactics look for attaching, intimidating weakness to the other part in order to create a tense atmosphere in which the aggressor knows how to act and behave.
We have three aggressive tactics. The first one is making threats. This one consists in warning of unwelcome repercussions if you fail to agree to the terms offered, emphasizing the penalties will be incurred by your side.
You can avoid threats telling the other party you cannot negotiate on the doors, and that concession will be only if they can prove the merits of the case. Review other options available to you.
The second one is offering insults. You do not need to say swear words to insult to the other party. Questioning the performance of their company or their professional competence, criticizing the quality of their products or service could be an insult too.
Are you giving insults? Stay calm, do not lose your temper, or offer insults in return. Restate your position firmly, and warn that you will break off negotiation unless the other party is more constructive.
And the last one is using intimidation. These tactics consist in keeping you waiting, making you sit in an awkward or uncomfortable place, receiving phone calls or visitors during negotiation. Does it sound familiar to you? That's because this tactic is usually used during a job interview.
In order to avoid these tactics, recognize that these are ploys to make you feel less confident. Do not drop your original terms unless you have gained a concession in return, and do not be coerced into setting.
In conclusion, the negotiation process can be defined as a human process between two or more parties with common interests, yet conflicting decides exchange to make their interests and needs reach an agreement.
Negotiation can be classified considering the people involved, participation of stakeholders, the issues to the negotiation, the relative state of negotiation, the human climate, the triggers, the channel of communication and negotiation mood, interpersonal skills, knowledge or business and technology negotiation. To be effective negotiating, a series of knowledge and skills such as required. The tactics define the disparate action that each party performs in the execution of this strategy. While the strategy sets the inner line of action, the tactics are the action that the strategy takes shape. The negotiation tactics can be analyzed. Direct tactics has 4 important steps. Ensuring, look for the option that exploit differences, be prepared for concessional moves, and take your time. Persuasive negotiation tactics. The objective of negotiation is to inspire another person to do something they might not want to do. Defensive tactics. These techniques are based on innate human qualities, such as the desire to place a victory against illusion, truth or rejection, and pay and tax. And aggressive tactics. These tactics look for attacking, intimidating, weakening to the other part in order to create a tense atmosphere in which the aggressor knows how to act and behave. Thanks.